For Dion's turn, although we have 2 leads in her location, I believe I'm still going to try and get her to her event tile, just because if I do any of these, we're going to have that lead spawn at the 30 hour. And I don't really want to do that. So we're going to spend 2 wounds, and we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And we're going to get ourselves over to the Metropolitan Tabernacle. We'll be able to remove this event tile, and we will get rid of Dorian Gray. See ya. Then what we can do while we're here, wait, let me see. When we end our turn at Occult Locale, we're able to use our ability. We may roll the locale die. On an odd result, any investigator may regain an ability token. So we'll do that at the end of the round. But we'll flip this to, we found the X! Okay, that is awesome. Great, that's the location where the mastermind's going to try and complete his plot. We found 1 out of the 3 items. Okay, now though, we have to spawn one of those set aside agents as well. So we're going to put one of those agents out. We're going to roll a die also to see if someone gets an ability back. That's the 2 things we're going to do. We'll give our locale die a roll, and it's an even. Bummer, doesn't do anything. Okay, our agent then will come out at the end of the next player's turn, because that's going to be the end of the round. We will have the Agent of Evil, Colonel Sebastian Morin. After Morin pursues, if he's within 2 locales of any investigator, that investigator suffers 1 wound. He basically shoots them. Great. And we need 4 underworld and 2 politics to get rid of him. So he will not come out yet, because he comes out at the end of the round. As you can see, I've removed all the locale tokens on the board. Don't need them. So moving to William and Miss X, I think I'm just going to have Miss X move 1, 2, 3. She'll get to pick up this wild resource. And we either get to do 2 or 3. We don't want to do 3 because 3 we want to keep generating more resources. So we're going to do the lead number 2. We'll give it a flip. And it is, okay, it's an occult. It's a forbidden equations. So we can either solve the equations or we can rewrite the equations in blood. But that would unfortunately wound us twice. We don't need an occult. That's not our... Actually, that is... Oh, yes. For Miss X, that, of course, is her speciality, is this wonderful occult. So when we do this, we're going to spawn 2 more leads. We're going to do the top one, I think. Because if it's a wild, let's take it as evidence. So that will complete this. We'll just take this as a wild evidence. But that means 2 more leads are going to come out. That was an occult location. And we used a science, and our location is science. So we have our 3 leads that this could be. We will spawn 2 of them, these 2. This one will get discarded. And I'm going to put blue tokens on both of those, assuming that very likely they're both science. Our first lead, which will be lead number 2, will come in at the 30 mark, of course. And it's at occult 10. Then our second one, give these dice a roll. Don't come in at the 30. Looks like it's coming at the 30 again, too, and that's Science 8. And that'll be number 7. We have too many leads. Seriously, 7 leads, you guys, is way too many. I can't keep track of it. Okay, end of the round, we'll move the time. We'll move all of our leads a quarter of an hour, and then we're going to spawn our agent. Here are our leads. Let's move them. Oh, but before I do that, I'm going to grab a random resource. And I'm going to put that on this one, because every time it turns, it's going to generate a resource. Well, I might have screwed myself over. 1, 2, 3, 4 leads are all going cold at the end of this round. Emma still has her ability. She can push 1 of them back, but she's used her ability then 3 times. So then we have to hope that Dion can get her ability back. But yeah, this is rough. Let's now go ahead and spawn our Colonel Sebastian. He's going to be at Occult 5. Kind of fitting, he shows up over here in the Tower of London, 2 away from Dion, who essentially spawned him. She gets shot, so she will take 1 wound. She now has 3 wounds, 3 more, and she dies. Okay, we'll now move to Ada, and let's see what Ada Lovelace can do. Of course, Ada cannot really even do any investigating because she doesn't have, or he doesn't have, any resources. Just has 2 resources. Wonderful. Well, we're definitely going to take some damage this round, but it is what it is. I think all we're going to do is move to Griffin's hideout. We're going to activate the location so we can get 2 science. For Emma's turn, we'll go ahead and move 1, 2, 3 to move up to here. We're going to check out the number 4, I believe, because is number 4 about? No, number 4 is fine. So we're going to stay there and do number 4 later. We're going to do number 1 that we've pushed back to 2 different times and is just about to go cold. We'll give this a flip, and we have an advantage. Okay, so we don't have to spawn a lead. That's actually a good thing. We have Phileas Fogg. Place this card in front of you. Discard this card to activate a locale's ability as if you occupied that locale. This does not count as your action for the turn. Cool. That's a sweet ability. We're then going to use Emma's final ability token to push back this number 7 by a half an hour. So 2 spaces back. That way it gives us a little more time to resolve it. Ending the round, we'll move our time marker 1 space. We'll now go ahead and advance the leads. And I almost forgot with doing that. I need to grab another resource. So we'll grab a random resource. Oh, nice. Oh, 1 of each resource. That's perfect. Now look at these 2. They're both at noon, so both of these leads go cold. That means 2 and 5 are off the board. We'll have to push the cold lead track up 2 spaces, and 2 different people have to take wounds. I'm going to have Emma take a wound. That's her first one. And everyone else has, yeah. So then we'll do William and Miss X for a wound, and they're also at 2 wounds. So then everyone's at 2, with the exception of Dion, who's at 3. And these 2 are going to go away. Increasing the cold lead track, we're at 3. Remember, at 8, we lose the game. Our final thing to do in the round is move Colonel Sebastian. And he's going to move to Occult 8. Okay, he's starting to get super annoying now. He comes into here, he shoots both Dion and he shoots Emma. So Emma will have 2 damage and Dion will have 4 damage. 2 more damage for Dion and she's toast. And he's annoying to get rid of. He takes 4 Underworld. Can anybody even do that? No. Right now, no one has 4 Underworld to even be able to take him out. Dion doesn't have much that she can do. He is blocking her way. We were going to have her take care of the number 6 over here, but of course she can't get to him, to that lead anymore, because you cannot move into that space unless she can defeat him, which she can't. And she can't get all the way around because she only has 2 health left. So I think instead we're going to move her to 10, and then we're going to activate this location's ability. Carfax Abbey allows you to move any investigator to any location. So we're going to move William over to where that lead was that we were going to take care of that we couldn't. He'll move all the way over to the Singapore Charlies, which is great because then we can take care of both leads on William and Mrs. X's turn. And that's because they're going to use their special ability where both of them can take an action this round. We're going to use one of their 3 token abilities, and we'll have Miss X deal with the number 3, and we'll have William take care of number 6. We'll go ahead and do Miss X first, so we'll remove this token, that's Babbage, and as long as we can resolve it, we'll gain all 3 of these resources. And we get, Alchemical Fire. So we can utilize a charm to douse the flames, or do it the old-fashioned way, and take a wound and some science. Well, I think we've got plenty of occult. So we'll just do the occult. No problem. And we'll go ahead and use this as a deduction. We don't need any blue, and that's not a speciality for us. So we'll just go ahead and use this for a deduction. That also means we gained all 3 of these resources. Sweet! We'll discard the top card of the plot deck, and we'll move up the science plot track. Moving up 1... on the plot track. Let's generate our new lead quick so I don't forget. We did a blue lead. We're in a blue location and we used an occult resource. So 2 blue and a purple. And let's see, we'll grab this one and let's roll to spawn. Let's give our dice a roll and come on. Yes, finally that one's at midnight and it's at the Underworld 2. We're still not done. We'll have William go ahead and resolve his. So let's see what he has. Oh, he has a setback. Irene Adler. Attach this card to the current henchman. The henchman's defeat cost is increased by a politics. If no henchman's in play, we have to discard one. Of course, there's a henchman in play. Oh, that's kind of really thematic. So actually, this foreign operative is Irene Adler. So Irene Adler is the one we have to defeat, and she needs 4 politics. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, it could be worse, but let's go ahead and end the round. We will move the time marker. We have now gone around the clock twice already, you guys. Jeez, rounds go fast. And let's go ahead and move some leads and also move our agent. Here are the remaining leads we have, and unfortunately, we're going to lose this lead. Emma's standing right there. Ugh. With this, we will discard this number 4. We'll have, let's see, Dion is almost, I don't want to lose her. Actually, I'm going to have Emma take another point of damage. So she'll go to having 3 points of damage, and then we'll move 1 up on the lead track, or cold lead track. We'll move this up to number 4. So we're halfway to losing there. Now, I forgot, you guys, with all the things going on, Dion should have rolled because she ended in an occult location. And if she rolls an odd, someone like Emma could get one of her tokens back. Let's see if we can do that. Come on, be an odd number, be an odd number. It's a 5. Yes. So that will allow Emma to get one of her ability tokens back. But now we're going to have the agent move. So we'll grab our dice. I need to grab the region die, or a locale die, give him a roll. He's going to go to Science 9. That's actually exactly where he is. He's not going to move, and he's going to shoot 3 of our investigators. Okay, so he is going to go ahead and shoot all 3 of us. Here's the thing. Emma does not get affected by these guys. So I'm going to push Emma back because she's gotten shot 1 time by him. So she only has 2 damage instead of 3. But Dion will have 1 health left. Okay, she's 1 health. And this is the location where you can heal. And he's blocking it. And then William does take a point of damage. So now he has 3 wounds out of the total of 6. So yeah, it's looking dire. You can see these agents are brutal. 2 locations is a long, and I'm assuming it says investigator, so maybe he should only be shooting 1, but I feel like he can shoot anyone within range 2. I don't know. To me, it sounds like he should be able to shoot anyone within range 2, but let me know if I'm wrong, and I might be making this even more difficult, but man, this is challenging. Ada has a total of only 4 resources, but I still think I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to have Ada come over here, try and complete this lead number 1. At least it's likely a science lead, which we have 2 of. Let's see. No, instead it's the occult. So this one says, after this lead is investigated, roll the locale die on a result of 5 or less. Move to the crypt of the King of the Knights Templar. Okay. So we can either, for this Templar reliquary, we can either breach its ancient defenses, we could translate the warnings, or we could take the power for yourself. I do have 2 science, and I could do a random for at least 2, because we don't need occult. Yeah. Let's do 2 science and a politics, because we can take any random, and then we will get 2 in the plot track, and we have completed this. That's actually not terrible. We'll discard 2 more cards. We've got a red. Ooh, that would get everyone a red. Or a politics. Ooh, that would get us even closer to getting the abilities on the politics track. But I think we need resources. Actually, this would mean that Emma could take out the agent. Yeah. So we're going to resolve a second Great Fire, because that will give everyone 1 more underworld resource. Oh, that's awesome. The lead that's going to be generated, though, is going to be all over the place, because that lead that we just did was an occult. So we'll grab an occult. Our location is politics and underworld. And then we used a science. So let's go ahead and pick science. So it can be really any type of lead. But I don't even care right now. I'm just so glad we can take out that agent before he activates and kills Dion. So we'll pick this one, and we'll go ahead and roll our dice. This will be the number 1 lead, and let's see. Oh, awesome. Midnight. Great. And it's Politics 4. Politics 4 was right up here. Now, for Emma's turn, she'll go 1, 2. She'll go into here, immediately kill the agent, and then heal all of her damage because she'll activate this ability's, locale's ability. You better believe we know where Dion's going next time. 1 health from dying, we're going to have to bring her over to the Bedlam Lunatic Asylum. Apparently, they're all a little bit lunatic-y, and that means they can heal themselves there. In order to defeat this colonel, we needed 4 underworld. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 politics. So Emma will have no resources, but I still think it's worth it. We can take him out, because he has just been shooting everybody up. Then what we can do is use her ability token to push back this lead by a half an hour, so it will not go cold. Great. Oh, we don't want to forget, she'll heal to full because of her locale. Okay, let's end the round. 2 out of the 3 agents killed. I'm actually pretty happy about that. We'll only have one more agent that comes out. Of course, we'll still have the mastermind, and we'll still have another henchman too. Ugh. We'll take these leads and move them a quarter of an hour. With only 2 leads on the board, it doesn't give us as much that we can do, but it also means we're not being pushed as hard, but the time's still going to continue to count down. But we know what Dion's going to be doing on her turn, and that's healing. Dion will go ahead and move 1, 2 right over here to the asylum, and she'll heal to full. Oh, thank you. And for William, I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and come over here, and we're going to check out this lead, the number 1 lead. Let's go ahead and reveal our lead. And we have a hidden government cache. Oh, and it's politics. That's what we need. So we're going to take this as evidence. So we can do catalog its contents. Now it'll just be 1 politics and 1 occult. We've got more than enough. We have so many resources over here because we've kept collecting them. So yeah, we'll take this as evidence, and that's his speciality. So that is wild, and we'll put out 2 new leads, which actually isn't bad because we only have 1 lead out. We just completed a politics lead, so that's a politics lead here. We used a politics resource, and our location is politics only. Awesome. That means both of these leads that we're going to spawn from here are going to be politics leads. Our first lead will be the number 1 lead that we put out there, and it's going to come out at 12:30. Of course it is. And that's Underworld 1. And then for our second lead, we'll give our dice a roll. And this one will come out at midnight, and that's Underworld 5. Completing William and Miss X's turns will end the round, and let's go ahead and move our leads. Here are our leads. Let's move them a quarter hour. We have 2 that we need to be worried about. I don't think anyone's going to get to 7. That is all the way in the X Club, the farthest left corner of the board. That will be our 5th cold case, or cold lead. But yeah, these 2... I think we should be fine. I think number 1 someone can get to. Remember how I just said someone should be able to get to lead number 1? No one can get to lead number 1. Ada can't even, and Ada only has 2 resources. I'm just going to have Ada come over here to the Buck Rose Whitechapel. The reason being because we get to draw 3 resources from the bag and keep them. That's the best way to get resources, because right now we only have 2. So we got 1 Underworld, we got 1 Politics, and we got 1 occult. Emma also has no resources, so I think the only place she can really go is this Cromley's Sanctum Securus to gain 2 occult resources. We did pretty much nothing that round, and we just wasted a whole set of a quarter of an hour. I don't know what else we could do, though. Just because I know we're losing 2 leads and I'm right here, I'm going to put the cold lead up 2 spaces, and I'm going to have Emma take both of those as points of damage, just because she has that card that she can activate any locale's ability. We should use that to get more resources for her, maybe instead. I might actually do that, but I'm still going to have her take the 2 wounds. She's going to discard Phileas Fogg so she can activate a locale's ability without having to be there. So she's going to gain 1, 2, 3 resources. 2 science and 1 occult. Here's our leads. Both of these 2 are going to get discarded. I've already taken our wounds. So this one's just going to move to the 30 time. Okay, with that, we'll start the next round. It's looking dire. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We only have 1 lead on the board. For Dion's activation, let's go ahead and move her into Singapore Charlie's and deal with the only lead we have left. Although this is not her speciality, the nice thing is that she has tons of tokens. Okay, let's see. This one is a 7% solution. When revealed, heal all damage. Are you serious? We had to have her pick that up? She just fully healed. Oh, okay. Find mental clarity, 2 science. No, she doesn't have 2 science. Literally, she does not have 2 science. Even if I took wounds to try and draw 1 from the bag, 1 resource, I need 2 science. So we failed this. That makes us another cold lead, and we have no leads on the board. She is literally loaded up with resources of every other type except for science. Ow. I should also mention that with that cold lead, we have to have 1 person take 1 point of damage, so Dion will take 1 wound. So now we'll move to William and Miss X. I'm going to go ahead and have William go 1, 2, 3. He's going to generate a red lead with the Singapore Charlies, and it will come in at midnight. We're also going to use our special ability, which states that we can generate a lead of any type. So we're going to generate a politics lead, and that will also come in at midnight. The underworld lead will come in at underworld 2. And then we'll place the politics lead, which will be a number 2 lead. We'll place that at science 2. We'll move our time marker up one more space, and we'll remove the third token. We're already at number 4. Then we'll have each lead move one space or a quarter turn to the right. We still have plenty of time to take care of both of them. For Ada's turn, I think we're going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3. I think we're going to try for this case. We've got everything but science, so hopefully that will be good enough. We know this one is underworld lead, so I think we should be able to do it. Let's go ahead and flip it and see what it is. It is an underworld lead. So this one says unique tobacco ash. One lead generated by this card enters play face up. Oh, nice. Okay, we can either collect a sample, which would be 1 occult and 1 politics, which we have, or consult a tobacconist, and that would be 2 of the underworld and 1 science. We can't do that one. So we can do this top one. We'll pay 1 occult and 1 politics. So with this, we'll complete this lead, and now the question becomes, do we want to take it as evidence, even though right now we don't need this type? Or we can just take it as 1 deduction? I guess I'll do the deduction. I mean, it's never a bad thing to push through the plot cards, and I think we still have 11 left. So let's go ahead and just put this deck here. We'll discard 1. Oh, it's green. Okay, we'll move along the politics plot track. Moving this up means we're only 1 space away from having the ability that each investigator may avoid suffering 1 wound per turn. Holy moly! Why did I not see that before? That's an amazing ability. And then if we get all the way to 5, all politics resources are wild. To generate our new lead, and by the way, this lead's going to be face up, which is sweet. We've got 1 red, because that's the type of lead that we completed. Our location is red and green, and then we used a green resource. So I'll go ahead and shuffle these up, and we're going to pick this one. Let's see what it is. Ooh, untrustworthy blower. If kept for evidence, you must draw a resource from the bag, place that resource here. It's considered the evidence of that type. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, let's roll to see where we're going to place this. We've got our dice. Let's roll. This is starting, right, okay, at midnight, occult 3. The lead has been placed over here in Freemasons Hall. Now we'll move to Emma's turn. Now the thing is, Emma cannot get to any leads on the board. There's only 2. Where's the number 2? I don't even see it. Oh yeah, it's way up here. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go 1, 2, 3 and come over to this location. The Eisenberg Brunel's workshop, we can spend 2 science to just get 1 deduction. I'll take it. I've got 2 science, so we'll use the 2 science and we'll push through that plot track or the plot deck a little bit more. Maybe it'll be green. We'll go ahead and discard this card. Okay, we'll move 1 up the occult track. Unfortunately, this is the first time going up this track, so it doesn't really help us yet, but hey, if we can go up 1 more time, more resources. We've ended the round. We'll go ahead and move the tracker 1 space, and then we'll rotate our leads. Moving both of our leads, we should be all right. We still have plenty of time to take care of both of them. For Dion's turn, we're going to go ahead and give her 2 more wounds, so she has 3 wounds now, but I want her to be able to move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because she's got the most items, or the most resources, and this way she can actually use them, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to get anywhere to use them. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll do lead number 2. This is a politics one. The only resource she doesn't have is science, so this better not have science in it. Let's see. Okay, this is suspicious bureaucratic red tape. When this lead is investigated, advance another lead 1/4 of an hour. Ooh. Okay, so this untrustworthy blower is going to move to here. Okay, that's actually not terrible. We have dropped the queen's name. Okay, that's easy. We definitely have 1 politics, and this means we'll be able to defeat this henchman. That's great, because we'll definitely take this as evidence. So we'll go ahead and grab this, and at the end of this round, we'll defeat the henchman and reveal our next one. Now, I am going to use our special ability that states, when you generate a new lead, examine the cards and choose one to put into play. So we're going to be able to choose which one we are putting out this time. The type of lead we investigated was politics. The type of resource we used was politics. And our location is blue for science. So let's go ahead and look at these. Okay, let's see. The ones that have the least amount, look at this. We only need one politics to get through this one. That's nice. Oh, look at this. We can do 2 and get 3 wild resources. You still have to pay 2 resources. Not that great. The problem is I don't quite yet know what our next henchman needs. But almost everyone has politics. Almost no one has science. So we're going to go with this one. We'll discard these 2. We do still have to roll to place it. So we have politics 7, and that's coming out at midnight. We're now going to go ahead and defeat this henchman. So we have 1, 2. This is technically wild because Miss X had it, and that is her speciality. So that's 2 politics. This is 3 politics. And here is our 4th politics. That's a lot of evidence. We definitely figured out who Irene Adler was. So we just defeated the 2nd henchman. Here's our 3rd. And we have the yellow sign. Now we need to remember Emma is not affected by this. Randomly select an unused setback and put it into play. If it affects one investigator, choose one at random. Oh. Well, we randomly picked the Necronomicon. Arkham, anyone? Roll the lead die and place this card over the matching plot track. That track cannot advance and has no game effects. Do not roll green. Come on, won't roll green. Don't roll green. Okay, occult. That's not terrible. In order to beat the yellow sign, we need 2 occult and 1 underworld. For William and Mrs. X, I think the only thing we need to do is move over here to Freemasons Hall, and we're going to go ahead and take care of the untrustworthy blower. We can easily pay the 2 underworld resources to finish this one. I do think I'm going to take it as evidence, just because, I mean, we need evidence, and I'm hoping, okay, grabbing from this bag. Come on, come on, come on, be something good, be something good. No, it's science. To generate our new lead, that was a blue lead. We're in a purple and a red location, and we used red to generate it, or I mean to defeat it. That was the only resource we used. So we'll go ahead and grab this one, and let's roll and see where we're going to place it. Let's grab our dice. We'll roll them up. Okay, this one's starting at the 15 hour at Science 4. I'll give that as a 4. We are sincerely running out of time. We'll move this 1, and then let's go ahead and take care of our leads. We'll turn each lead 1/4 turn. Perfect. And that will end this round. We'll move back to Ada's turn. Moving to Ada Lovelace's turn, I think we'll go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 to come over here to the Tower of London. We're going to use the ability here to place out a occult lead at midnight. Remember, we need 2 occult, 2 occult and 1 underworld. We'll grab our dice, give them a roll, and we're going to put that at Science 5. That location is right over here, and I feel like we've rolled that a ton. So it's Emma's turn. She can actually go 1, 2, 3. Now, she only has occult resources, so I'm taking a chance. We know this is going to be an occult lead, but remember, we had that one that was a politics lead that ended up needing science. Let's take the chance. Let's take the chance, right? So we'll go ahead and investigate. We'll flip this one over. This could be our demise. Let's see what it says. When this lead is investigated, draw a resource from the bag. If this resource is, oh no. If this resource is an occult resource, this lead goes cold immediately. Okay, let's see. We'll grab one, and no, it's politics. Okay, we are safe for now. So this is a ceremonial dagger. We can either connect the dagger to a previous murder. We can't do that one. But we can reveal the dagger's power by using 2 occult and 2 wounds, and then we get 3 deduction. Ooh, that sounds way more appealing than getting it as evidence. Yeah. Probably should take it as evidence, but come on. We're going to do this. So we have 2 occult left. Well, we actually have 3, so we'll have 1 left after this. We'll use 2. We'll take 2 wounds. That means we're at wound 4 out of 6. But now we get to draw 3 cards from the plot deck. We're going to push that plot deck. Sweet. 3 more cards. 1, we've got a green. That's totally what we want. A blue and an occult. Definitely the green, without a doubt. And look at this. This is how many we have to deduct left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once we get those 5, this one will flip. We don't have to do the last one. When there's only 1 card left in this stack, we flip it. We can now push this to here, and it says each investigator may avoid suffering 1 wound per turn. I don't know how I'm going to track that. I will try and track that, you guys. That's an awesome ability, so I don't want to forget. We'll generate our new lead. This will be an occult card because of the type of lead we just completed. That's an occult card because of the resources that we used. And this is a science card because we are in a science location. Now, I totally forgot Lovelace ended in an occult location, so I'm also going to put out the wild resource. Remember, we get to randomly place that, so I'll do that at the end of this round as well. For Lovelace's wild resource that gets placed on a random location, that'll be Science 8 for that. And then for our lead, it'll come in at midnight. Nice. And that will be at Politics 3. Minus the cold lead fiasco of already having 7 cold leads, this is the best that I've done, you guys. So that's nice. But I'm starting to feel the pressure of the time. Here we have our leads. Let's go ahead and tick them across. We absolutely have to, without a doubt, within these 2 turns, complete this lead. Otherwise, we lose the game. For Dion's turn, let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. We're going to come here and resolve the one that we actually know about. Number 2, it's called The Conversation with Mycroft Holmes. Now, we have exactly 3 politics. 1, 2, 3. Let's let him do the talking, which is hilarious. I love their little tiny jokes within these cards. It's awesome. So we're going to complete this, and we're going to take this as 3 deduction instead of evidence. But that's 3 out of the 5 that we need. If this would be green, that would be awesome. 3 of them. 1, red, red, and red. Okay, I think we're going to go up on the red track. What do you think? But that means we only have to get through 2 more of these, and we find out what his plot is. We already know the location, and then it's just finding him. We'll move up on the underworld plot, and we all have now gained 1 additional underworld resource. We'll generate our new lead. We're in a politics location. It was a politics lead, and we used politics to resolve it, which is funny because Dion does not look like a politics individual. But we are going to use our special abilities so that this will be face up. We get to choose one. Help her escape. We want to be able to do one that we can do a 2 at least, because then we can use this to complete our plots. Let's see, 1 of each, but nobody has science at all. This one needs science, so let's not do this one. We could do this leaked government intelligence. We just need to have somebody find some science. You know what they could do is they could try and pull from the bag for that. Yeah, so let's try the leaked government intelligence. We'll roll our dice, and that one will come at midnight in Occult 7. Moving to William and Miss X. Miss X is going to go 1, 2, 3. No, what am I doing? 1, 2. I didn't see that line. Yeah, we're going to have her go all the way around here, Colin. Jeez. Okay, 1, 2. She's going to get to the 1 spot. I do think I'm going to use my 3rd movement. And we'll move William up 1 space up to here. That way, if no one else gets to 3, he can get to 3. Miss X is going to investigate the lead on her space. And she gets an advantage. Crowley's Steal of Revealing. Place this card in front of you. When investigating a lead, you may suffer a wound to replace that lead with the top card of any lead deck. Discard this card to place a wild on Cleopatra's Needle. Any investigator may move through Cleopatra's Needle to gain it. That must be a location. It's right smack dab in the middle of the board. That's pretty nice to put a wild there, but we're going to keep that because what we can do is replace any lead when Miss X or William is investigating one, and we can replace it with an occult, which is what we need. We need occult and we need underworld. And the clock is going to strike. Another hour has passed. That's our 5th token. We only have 1 more after that. Don't forget that advantages and setbacks don't spawn new leads, so that's why I only have 2 leads now. Both of them will rotate by a quarter. And let's start the next round with Add a Lovelace. What do you say we set ourselves up? we're going to have Ada go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to activate this Carfax Abbey. Carfax Abbey allows us to put any investigator on any location. We're going to drop Emma over here in the X Club so she can gain this resource. We ended in an occult location, so we'll roll for the wild resource. It'll be placed on Politics 9. And then what we can do with Emma on her turn is she can go 1, 2, 3, and she can go ahead and take a look at this leaked government intelligence lead. We need to get rid of 2 more plot cards, right? Well, look at this. Occult, Underworld, Wild, which will be considered science. We trace its source. We just got 2 deduction. I'm not going to take this as evidence. We'll just discard it. That means we'll discard the top 2 cards here, 1 and 2. We're going to move up the occult track. I'm not even going to show you that because it doesn't matter thanks to the Necronomicon. Man, but we do get to find out the plot. So his plot, or her plot, for the mastermind is apotheosis. Apotheosis. There we go. And to defeat this, we need to spend 4 occult and 1 politics resource. And we're going to have to do that in the final location. We'll now generate a lead. We have one that is occult because that's our location, another that's occult because we used an occult resource, and then we do have a politics one in here because that was a politics lead. I'm hoping that one of this will be an occult. So let's do this one. Let's roll to place it. We have our dice. Let's roll. Okay, this one's coming in at 12:30, or at the 30 mark. This is coming in at occult 6. Time is running really short. I believe we get to go, so we're here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 more rounds. That's it. I don't think there's a chance. We haven't even found the mastermind yet. And both of our leads are now going to move to the 45 part of the hour. And so we need to check both of these out. Otherwise, one of them will go cold and we'll lose the game. So now we're moving to Dion's turn. Dion can go ahead and move to the Colonial and Indian exhibition to then take a look at lead number 2. Come on, be an occult, be an occult. Yes, it is. When this lead is investigated, advance another lead 1/4 of an hour. We just lost. We just lost. Oh, you guys, we were close because this is the only other lead and we have to advance it. That puts it at midnight. What was this anyways? Oh, half empty chalice. Okay, well, that's it. Just so you know, in order for us to win, which this is why I was pretty sure we weren't going to win anyways, but I was hoping we could get closer. It says, once the conspiracy has been successfully uncovered, investigators have until the clock shows 12:15, the end of the 21st round, to do the following. Assemble at the conspiracy's locale, so that would be that spot where we found the X. Pool their collective resources, match the types and amounts of resources corresponding to each element of the conspiracy, to the mastermind, the plot, and the locale itself. So they have a great example here. If these were the 3 items that you had, you'd have to have the resource icons along the bottom of the mastermind and the plot cards, total amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 occult, 3 science, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 1, 2 of the underworld. Then the Houses of Parliament is a political locale, so its requirement is 4. You need, for whatever the locale is, 4 of those resources. Now, if that locale is 2 different types, then it'd be 2 of each. So you can see here, we would need, for these 3, we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total occult, 4 politics, 3 science, and 2 underworld. Yeah, you can see how weak we are in resources. I don't think we had a chance of that anyways. Just so you know, our mastermind was Svengali, and he had an ability, when revealed, set an agent standee aside. This standee acts as an additional agent. It has no abilities and cannot be defeated. It follows all other rules of agents. Also, it just tries to mess with us. And another agent would have come out, because an agent comes out when the mastermind comes out. So we would have also had to deal with the Invisible Man. I'm not even going to read that. Okay, so we would have needed these resources plus the plot's resources plus, because our location or our locale was both, let's see, it was both politics and occult. We would need 2 more occult and 2 more politics. Yeah, we had pretty much no chance. But still, it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helps you understand how the game plays. Do let me know if you saw anything that I did wrong. I'll make sure to make comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Check out this game. I really think it's unique. I don't know how to win it yet, but I definitely enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you at the next stop.